Hello students, welcome back to the class. Students, in previous lecture, we had studied about the types of data. So there are two types of data, qualitative data and quantitative data. When a data is in a numeric form, it is called quantitative data. If the data is in non-numerical form, it is called qualitative data. Students, in previous lecture, we had studied about the quantitative data and its different types. Right now, in this video, we are going to discuss about the qualitative data. So students, open your book, exercise 2.2, page number 42. Question number 1. There were 1400 students studying in a commerce college. Among them, 855 were boys and them 225 boys were in the second year. In the second year, the number of boys and the number of girls are equal. Among the 550 students of the first year, the proportion of number of boys and girls is 3:2. In the third year, the number of boys is 3 times the number of girls. Represent above data in a tabular form. So students, I already made a table on the board. Before starting and filling the numbers into the table, let's understand this all the table. We have different blocks here in a table. This block indicates two attributes. The qualitative data is also known as attribute. So we have two attributes, one years of study, and the second is a gender. So we have 3 years, first, second and third, and 2 genders, boys and girls. So this block indicates two attributes. You can see a gender above it and a year on the left side of this block. So basically this block indicates the number of boys who studied in a first year. Now this block indicates the number of girls who studies in a first year. This block indicates the number of boys who studies in a second year, and you can understand the other blocks. Now this block indicates the total student who studies in the first year. Total student means the number of boys plus number of girls in a first year indicates in this block. Right now, this block indicates the total number of boys. I repeat, this block indicates the total number of boys of first year, second year and third year. Same as this block indicates the total number of girls from first, second and third year. Finally, this block indicates the total number of students in a college, boys plus girls, all are from all standards. So let's fill all the data into tabular form. There were 1400 students studying in a commerce college. So these are the total number of students who studying in a college. We indicate that value, represent that value into the last column. Now, among them 855 were boys, 855 were boys. These are the total number of boys. Students, you can see here only the one attribute is represent the number of boys. They haven't mentioned whether they are first year or from the second year or the third year. They haven't mentioned that. So these are the total number of boys studying in a college. So total number of boys studying in a college, so we fill this amount here. And of them 225 boys were in the second year. 225 boys in a second year. 225 boys in a second year we will represent in this block. Next one, in the second year the number of boys and the number of girls are equal. In the second year, the number of boys and the number of girls are equal if the boys are 225, same as the girls are also 225. Next one, among the 550 students of the first year. 550 students of the first year, they haven't mentioned whether they are boys or girls. So this is the total number of students who are studying in a first year, 550. Now their ratio is 3:2. So the ratio of boys and girls is 3:2. So the number of boys in a first year is equal to 550 into 3. The number of girls in the first year is equal to 550 into 2. Now the ratio is 3:2. So I multiplied this amount as a total number of students who are studying in a first year. Now the sum of ratio is 5. So we will divide both this value by 5. Now let's calculate. 10 will be 330 and it will become 220. So the number of boys in the first year, that is 330, and number of girls in the first year, that is 220, will be 550. Now we can find the remaining value by our reasoning. Student, this type of questions are basically called the logical reasoning. It based on logics. So let's fill all this data, the remaining amount. I had told you that this is the sum of two blocks. So 855 plus whatever the amount is will be 1400. So we subtract this amount from the sum. So 1400 minus 855 will be 545. Now 225 plus 225 will be 450. We can find the remaining amount by subtracting. So we will deduct these two values from 855. For this I will use calculator. So 855 minus 330 minus 225 will be 300. And same as we can find the other value, that is 100. Now the sum of 300 plus 100 will be 400. If you add all this amount, you will get 1400. Now students, the last line will be, in the third year, the number of boys is 3 times the number of girls. The number of boys is 3 times the number of girls. Without showing this line, we can find the remaining amount. Okay, let's come to the second sum. And total number of men will be X plus 15% of total number of employees. Now we have 1600 employees in an office. So X plus 15% means 15 divided by 100 of 1600. So X plus, let's cut it, 240. So we have women X that we have assumed, and the total number of men are X plus 240. Students, we also know that number of men and number of women, the sum of number of men and number of women will be 1600. Now men will be X plus 240 plus number of women, that is X, is equal to 1600. Now let's solve this equation. So X plus X will be 2X. Now change the side of 240. So 1600 minus 240. So 2X is equal to 1600 minus 240 will be 1360. Now change the side of 2. So 1360 divided by 2, and that will be 2, 6 are 12, 680. this is the amount of X. And what is X? X is the number of women. So the total number of women is 680. Now the men are 240 more than women. If we add value 240 to it, we'll get 680 plus 240 will be 920. Okay. Next, the number of unmarried employees are 800 less than the number of married employees. Unmarried are less than married employees, but we do not know the total number of married employees. So let's once again assume it. So total number of married employees, suppose total number of married employees, let's assume it as A. Now the total number of unmarried employees, that will be A minus 800. It is clearly given that the number of unmarried employees are 800 less than the married employees. We know that the married employees plus unmarried employees will be 1600. Now A plus A, that is 2, change the side of 800, so 1600 plus 800. Let's solve the equation. 2400. Finally A is equal to 2400 divided by 2 will be 1200. So it is the value of A. And what is A? A is the total number of married employees. So the total number of married employees are 1200. Now the unmarried employees are 1800 less than married, so it will be 400. Now students, if we will have any one amount from this block, we can find the remaining amount with our logic. Let's read. The number of unmarried women are 195. So we can find the remaining value by our logic. So 680 minus 195 will get 680 minus 195 will be 485. Now we can subtract these two values from the total value. We'll get 205 here and 715 here. So by our logical reasoning, we can find the remaining values. Okay students, let's come to the next question, that is question number 4. Out of total 1850 women working in a factory, 549 were residing in a labor area. Out of total married women of labor area, 250 had experienced. 850 women working in a factory, 540 were residing in a labor area. This is first attribute. Out of total married women, so marital status is the second attribute, and 250 had experienced, so experience is the third attribute. So if the three attribution had given, we will make a table like this. This table shows the three attributes. Okay, this block indicates the experienced married woman who lived in a labor area. On the upper side you can see experience, again you can see the married, on the left side you can see the labor area. So the number of women who are experienced, married and live in a labor area. This block indicates the number of married women who are experienced but live in other area. Now this block indicates the total married women, experienced plus inexperienced, who live in labor area. This block indicates total number of married women, experienced plus inexperienced, is equal to total who live in other area. This block indicates the married experienced women who live in labor area plus other area. So we have the chart. Now one more thing before starting the sum. You can see the 3 columns for experience, 3 columns for inexperience, and 3 columns for total. So experienced, experienced, and experience. So this block is the sum of other 2 blocks. So whatever the amount it will be here, whatever the amount it will be here, the sum of these 2 blocks will be recorded in this block. Same as the sum of inexperience of this block and this block will be recorded here. Finally, the sum of this block, the sum of this block will be recorded in the last column. So we can say experience plus experience will be recorded into experience, inexperience plus inexperience will be recorded into inexperience, and total number of married, total number of unmarried will be recorded in the total employees. So let's start the sum. Out of total 1850 women working in a factory, these are the total number of women who working in a factory. We will record it in this block, 1850. Now 549 were residing in a labor area. 549 live in labor area, but still not mention whether they are married or unmarried. You can see that I made 3 groups, one for married, one for unmarried, and one for total. Now 549, it is not mentioned whether they are married or unmarried. So we will record it in the last column, the total. So 549. Okay, the number of women who live in labor area. It is the sum of all the women. Next one. Out of total married women of labor area, 2 attribute. Married woman live in labor area and 250 had experience. So again the third attribute also mentioned. So married woman who live in labor area and experience 250. Married woman who live in labor area and experience are 250. Again, married woman who live in labor area and in experience are 93. I again repeat, the married woman who are experienced and live in labor area, the married woman who are inexperienced and live in labor area. So 250 and 93. The number of experienced and inexperienced women from other area were 87 and 400 respectively. Friends, you can see there is a comma and not the full stop. So the sentence starts like that, out of total married, out of total married. So still we are talking about the married woman. Okay, there is a comma, not the full stop. So number of experienced and inexperienced from other area, 87 and 400. 87 and 400. The married woman who live in other area, experience 87, inexperienced 400. Next one, the total number of inexperienced women was 1336. The total number of inexperienced women, it is not mentioned whether they are married or unmarried. If not mentioned, we will not record here because it is not married, it is not mentioned. Unmarried, it is also not said. So the total number of inexperienced women, total number of inexperienced women will be 1336. Now, out of them 136 from labor area. Out of them 136 from, you can see, from the labor area. Now, out of total women 1020 were unmarried. 1020 were unmarried. So this is the column for unmarried. Total number of women. So 1020. 1020. when unmarried, among them the number of experienced women from labor area, among them इसी में से, right? Experienced woman from labor area, experienced woman from labor area, so they are talking about this block, are 163 and 14 respectively, labor area and from other area, 163 and 14, 163 and 14. Unmarried women among them live in a labor area and other area, they are experienced 163 and 40. So the amount all we had given is recorded in the table. Now the remaining amount we will fill with our logic. Okay, so this block indicates the sum of these two blocks. If we add these two amount, we will get this one. So the 3, 4, 3. Here 487. Now the sum of these two blocks will be recorded here. So 7, 3, 3. Okay. Here 493 and finally 830. So we have filled all the data in a married group. Now let's come to the unmarried. So we do not have the any value given. Okay, so missing amount cannot be found from this group only. So we will use the another group. For that, this is the sum of these two blocks. So we subtract 136 from 549. We subtract 549 minus 136, we will get 413. Now 850 is the sum of total labor area and other area. So we subtract this amount 549 from the 1850. So 1850 minus 549 is 1301. Okay, and this we will deduct 1336 from 1850. So 1850 minus 1336 will get 540. Now subtract 413 from 540. So 514 minus 413 will get 101, and here 1200. The sum of 1200 plus 101 will be 1301. Now what I told you, that this block indicates the sum of two experienced block. Now you can see inexperienced married 93, here inexperienced 136. If we subtract 93 from 136, we will get the remaining amount. So 136 minus 93 will be 43, and finally 400 from 1200, that 800. So the sum will be 6206 and finally 840. So with the common sense and the logic, we can fill all the data. Now let's come to the last sum of the exercise. Let's see the question number 5. There were 1250 skilled and 400 unskilled workers in a private company in the year 2011. If you read the whole the question, you know that again there are three attributes. Number 1, that is year, from 2011 to 2014. Number 2, skill based or unskill based. Number 3, the gender, male and female. Again, this is the same block as we draw earlier. The sum of male of this block and this block will be recorded in the last block, and same as what I taught you earlier. So let's start to fill the data. There were 250 skilled and 400 unskilled workers in a private company in 2011. 1250 skilled and 400 unskilled. It is not mentioned whether they are male or female, so we will record it in a total column. So 1250 are the skilled and 400 were unskilled in 2011. Now, there were 220 female workers, and of them 220 female workers. It is not mentioned whether they are skilled or unskilled. So again we will input this value into the last column, 220. And of them 140 were unskilled. 140 were unskilled female. Among them, we are talking about the females. The unskilled female are 140. In the year 2012, the number of skilled workers was 1475. 2012, number of skilled worker 1475, male or female, it is not mentioned. And 1300 were, among them 1300 were males. Among them 1300 were male. Out of 250 unskilled worker, 200 were males. 250 unskilled worker, 250 unskilled worker, among them 200 were male. Next one. Out of 250 unskilled worker, 200 were males. In 2013, there were 1700 skilled and 50 unskilled worker. 1700 skilled and 50 unskilled worker. Okay. Out of total workers, 250 were female. Out of total. So whether they are skilled or unskilled, it is not mentioned. So total number of female, okay, that 250. So we will record in the female column 250. Of them 240 were skilled. Among them 240 females are skilled. Among them 240 females are skilled. Finally, in 2014, there were 2000 workers. So total number of workers are 2000 in 2014. And of them, 2% were unskilled. So 2% of 2000 is 40. And they are unskilled. So unskilled total, that is 40. Now, out of total workers, 300 were females, and of them 10 were unskilled. Out of them 300 were females and 10 were unskilled. 10 were unskilled. Okay. Unskilled female. Present the above data in the form of table. So students, we input all the data. Now you can fill the remaining data as I taught you earlier in just previous sum. Hope you enjoy the lecture. Thank you.